Hi, Tom here, Northwest Trains. We're in the office today with the N-Gauge layout. So this is update 3 on this little layout. We've got the Dapol Northern Rail Pacer on at the moment. You can see I've made a little bit of progress on the scenery so far. So we'll just start off with what I have done. I've done the first platform edging over here. So I've done it out of cardboard and just put some of the, found it here, Metcalf brick paper, just glued it on. So hopefully by the next update we'll have both platforms down. So I've just got to mark out now where the widest coach is going and glue that in place, and then we can start working outwards. Just put obviously another side in and then start putting the middle pieces in. So far for the village scene, this is what I'm toying with doing at the moment. So we've got the 2 rows of cottages there. I've sort of roughly drawn the road out so I can go over the bridge there, and you can see where it comes down the hill. I've done the basic sort of rock effect around there. This side's all painted up now. I used the plaster bandage. You might just about to see it on me right, so we'll put a few pictures up as we go along. The bridge pretty much done now. I'm quite happy with how that looks, and the second bridge at the back there, it's all blended in nicely now. And we put a layer of olive drab, just grab that there. So this is the Woodland Scenics water undercoat. So I thought that's a very sort of canal colour. It's always murky looking, especially when you got the canal barges and stuff on. It churns the water up. Canals are very rarely clear water, from what I've seen anyway. Over here I was going to put the farmhouse that we got down here, but I'm still toying with what I'm going to do. I was thinking of making a little horse field here. So I've got this little shed. I've had this for years. So if I fence that off, might have a little bit of a field there, and put the farmhouse that's slightly bigger than the other cottages down here, because I thought I'd have a little bit more land to it. The other option is we take that away, put the house up here, and as shown in the previous video, we've got the farm supply shop, which could also go there. I did want to include this somewhere. I was going to put it here, but it's not quite enough room for it. I have to chisel out a bit more of the rockery there, which is a possibility. And it just looked a little bit tight for the space. But let me know what you think. I'm always keen to let people help me. So this is going to be a tarmac road all the way down here. So the road will come down, come through this side of the bridge here. So like I said, we've got road here, canal here. This is going to be a bit of a mud track, so I'm going to try and do it so it looks like it's just 2 tyre tracks. We'll get a little tractor to go on it, and we'll probably have horses, or I don't know, sheep or something on this side. I think I've got some sheep actually. The horses weren't the last layout I had. So yeah, that's it so far. I'll just take the camera off so you can have a little close up. Okay, what I'm doing here is just adding a bit of just black paint for now, just for the road, just so I can help differentiate what's road and what's not. Now what I've done here is I used a bit of filler. So this is the joints in the foam board, because in the past I've had no matter how much I've painted it, I've always had gaps up here. So as you can see where I've just put the paint, you can see it through there quite clearly. So what I need to do is put a bit of this in it. Now I've used cork filler in the past as well, but then it still seems to show the line, so I thought I'll give this a try for a change. I hardly ever seem to use it. Sort of only used it for like V999 coach kit building or Airfix kits, but I was quite pleased how it came out there, so I thought we'd get a layer of paint on it, we'll see. So and it also highlights why I need to do it there. So you can see there, I mean that looks okay now, but once it's dry you'll still see the line in the road, so we'll cover that. So what I'm hoping is here, because it is going to be like a country lane, it doesn't have to be a perfect road, so I don't mind a bit of texture in it, so it looks a bit bumpy. But as you can see there, there's no like distinctive joint line, so I think that side of it's worked anyway. And I think also painting the road on will help me position the buildings as well a bit later on. Let's try not to get too much on there. You can see a little bit of a line there, but not too bothered, because we can just say that's the joint in the between the bridge and the road, can't we? So not too worried, like I say. Just get a little bit of a base coat on and then we'll carry on. Okay, just thought I'd show a little quick clip of the plaster bandage. Now I paid £3.50 for 3 rolls of this. Again, it was from a model railway exhibition, Junction Box Model Railways, I think I got it from. And just with a pair of scissors, you just roughly work out like the depth of the hill. It doesn't matter if you get it wrong or not, I don't think, in my opinion, because I've been like layering it up, and you don't have to have any particular care to it. So I'll do a slimmer piece as well. I've even cut pieces on an angle like that for like a slope. It's probably a bit out of date, this stuff, but it worked fine for me. So just turn the camera over. Okay, so just with a little tub of water, let's just try a thicker piece to start with. Again, there's no expert at this. I haven't, like I say, done this since I was a kid. I'm trying to do it one-handed now. It's just as easy as that. Like you say, the expanding foam, I just roughly carved it to how I wanted it, and then this just goes on top. Now if you've got a gentle slope, you could have it as grass, like a sloping hill. If it's steep like this, then you're probably best doing it as a bit of a rockery effect, unless you're going to put a load of foliage and stuff in it. Second piece, like I say, I don't know if there's a right or wrong way of doing it. This is how I was shown when I was a kid, and methods have changed a lot since then. You can get all the fancy Woodland Scenics Modrock stuff now, can't you, and sculpture mould and everything else. But I just thought I'd try, and the idea of doing this layout is doing it on a budget with what I've got to hand and what I've bought cheap. So that's the slope piece I've cut out. So it just follows the shape of the slope there. Good thing about expanding foam as well is you can always squash it down a little bit if it's not quite the shape you want it to be. And then the other slightly angled piece, like I say, it doesn't matter really. You don't have to cut it on a right angle and get it perfectly bang on straight. Just do it as it suits you. So I'll just overlap the road there very slightly. And apart from getting your hands a bit messy, it's quite a nice sort of stress-free job to do, if you like, for a change, model railway wise. Now over here, so I might just cut a little piece out there, because it's going uphill on the road. Again, no real care, just what I think roughly looks right. I'm in this, because I'm in the building game as well, I think I've got quite good at judging sort of measurements just by eye over the years. I'm not saying I'm a cowboy builder or anything, so it's just a case of you can sort of roughly work out what you need, and the more you do things, the easier it gets, I think. So it's just all practice. Like I said, I never class myself as an expert really, just learning as I go along. So, but yeah, I just hope this is helpful for someone. It's like a cheap way of doing it. Now I use a foam gun because obviously I use it for work, but you can buy a can of foam with its own attachments on for like £4 or £5, and you get a fair bit out of it, to be honest. But like I say, doing this foaming up probably cost me less than 50p for how much you get in a can. But yeah, that's the plaster bandage. So I don't want to be too boring, to be honest. I probably already have been, but anyway, I just thought it might be helpful. So I'm just overlapping the board there very slightly with the next layer. Just move the camera over. just to blend this bit in with the top board. So yeah, I'll do a few little pieces here, and then we'll move on to the next bit. Right, I've just, as you can see there, I put a little coat of grey on. So this side here, I've used burnt umber paint. It's just the paint I'd left over from the Garden Railway buildings. So this is mainly going to be greenery. I know it sounds odd that I painted it brown, but it's just to represent, you know, soil basically. So I'll put a layer of fine turf down first, or like an earth colour scatter first, and then put the bushes and static grass on. This side, however, is going to be more of a rock face. So all I'm doing is putting a coat of, again, it's just very rough, neutral grey. Again, this is just another acrylic paint that I'd left over. So it's just a base coat. Again, just to help me visualise how it's all going to look. I found that with the loft layout of me 009 part of it, and to be honest, a lot of it was white for like 2 or 3 years. I never really seemed to make any progress on it. But as soon as I got a couple of coats of paint on it, just to, you know, get rid of the white basically, because it was you know, dull looking, just putting a bit of colour onto the layout doesn't offset it off, and it then gives you a more creative idea. Well, gives me an idea that what to do next, and it helps get you moving on, putting the proper scenery on. So, well, that's just me personally. But like I say, just this colour now, I think it looks so much better than how it looked 5 minutes ago. So I might even put a lot of green on this, to be honest. Just have a few little bits of rock showing through, but we'll see. Again, put your thoughts in the comments, and put, you know, if you use a different method, or whether you like my method, whether you dislike it. I'm happy to hear your thoughts. Just try not to get any on that little bridge there. But yeah, I'll finish just doing this grey coat, and then we'll have a little overall look at the layout so far. Okay, now the paint's still wet, so just quickly have a look at where we're at so far. Now I've marked the position of these tunnel mouths now, so that's going to stay there. I somehow managed to cut this back seam about ½ an inch too short, like you can see there, but I'll figure something out there. I'll just build this out with foam board, so that just needs gluing down. So once that's done, we'll probably create a bit of a rock face there. And you can see, I think the road looks a lot better now as it goes up the slope. And like I say, that should look pretty good. We build up the layers of grass and stuff there. We give the layout a sense of depth, as you can see there. So I haven't painted this part of the road yet, because I'm going to put a bit of card in to create like a pedestrian walkway on the side, because this looks a bit wide for a road. Obviously this is going to be a footpath as well for the canal. So as we come around, the road will turn and go up there, and then there'll be a little track or driveway entrance for either the house or the shop, whatever I decide to go with there. But like I mentioned before, I think the colour looks so much better there. Now, my recent haul video, I mentioned I got some of these dry stone walls. I thought they'd be great just to go along the back there. As you can see, they fit in nicely. Probably have to maybe cut a few pieces for the slope, but get the general idea there. And they were a bargain, £2 a bag, I think. Got some curved ones there as well, which should fit in there nicely. So again here, I think we're going to put the stable somewhere there. Have this as a bit of a field. This one here, little farmer's track down, and again a little bit of a field area. We've got our 2 rows of cottages there. And here I've just got the old Grainfarish Mark III coaches out just to check that the tunnel mouths are okay and they're not hitting each other track wise. So again, that's going to be built out, a bit of foam board along there to come out a bit further than the other tunnel mouth. So see, this side here is going to be scenery again, just probably grass or fields, maybe a few trees. That's probably something I need to get actually for the end gauge, some trees. But yeah, I'll just zoom out. I think it's looking pretty good. Now, I promised on the last update that oh, well, the whole video, I've got these little 4-wheel coaches, so we'll have to find a loco for them. And we'll also give our dummy loco a little tryout on the layout as well. So we'll finish this video with a few running clips. I'm trying to work through my N-Gage locos. Let's just change the camera. So they're all up here for now. Sorry about the lighting, the window's in the way. But yeah, I'm gradually working my way through them. As I mentioned before, lots of them haven't ran for years, so I didn't realise how much work they'd need to get them going again. But we'll show a few running clips of a few different locos in each video and see how we get on. Okay, got a nice little shelf here. We've got a G-scale next to it with a double O in front and a small N-Gage, and we've got the G-scale tram there as well, so you can see the size difference. But yeah, get a few trains running now, and next update we'll have a different set of trains running. So hope you like the video, and let me know what you think of the layout. And as always, keep an eye out for the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.